Today, I'm here with Bri Blank Alexander, a young lady who lost an amazing 150 pounds, which was almost half her body weight. Yes, half her body weight. She has become a wellness expert, self-love advocate, television host, and social media influencer. So, the million-dollar question is, how did you lose 150 pounds? And how did you manage to keep it off?
Oh my gosh, it is a million-dollar question, huh? So, for me, honestly, I grew up overweight my entire life. I was happy, I didn't let it bother me, and the thing that actually made it happen for me was seeing the number on the scale. And it was kind of an interesting situation because I had kind of avoided the scale for years because I just didn't want to see it. I was happy, did not want to have anything bring me down. But one day, I consider it honestly divine intervention. I stepped on the scale and I saw the number 306. And I was 19 years old as a college student, and that really was what did it for me.
So how have you been able to keep off all that weight that you lost?
It's been quite a journey, I will say. And maintenance is definitely more challenging than the weight loss journey itself, because then you get to go out into the world and apply everything that you learned in so many different situations. And so I'm actually celebrating 10 years since I started my weight loss journey originally. It's kind of crazy to think about. It's been 10 years. And since then, you know, there has been just so many obstacles to learn from and to grow from, honestly. And so now I'm in such a great place. I feel so grateful. And it really just is a testament, and you can always get back on track, always.
What are some things you've stumbled upon during the 10 years, you know, to force you to have to get back on the wagon, so to speak?
One of the biggest ones, I would say, was meeting my husband, because my husband, skinny guy, can eat anything, you know, never gain a pound. And for me, I started eating a lot of the foods that I had stopped eating once I was with him, because I was like, oh, wow, these are so delicious. I forgot how good these are. And I gained 20 happy relationship pounds. And at that point, that was the first time that I ever felt bad about my body, because I had lost all this weight. And that was kind of one of the biggest fears. When you lose weight, you don't ever want to gain it back. And what did I do differently in the beginning? Because I was trying to lose weight again and the weight was not coming off. And I thought about it and I was like, oh my gosh, I loved myself in the beginning. I was actually being kind to myself, not tearing myself down because of my appearance. I was saying, I want to be healthy and I know I can. And, you know, the pandemic definitely, once everybody was, you know, all the restaurants needed my support, and I showed up for them. And especially, the pandemic was one of the biggest parts, because working out, I used to go to all these fun fitness studios here in New York City. And then when everything shut down, I started doing stuff at home, and it worked for a few months, and then I just lost the motivation. And now, actually, as of a couple months ago, toward the end of last year, I finally got it back. And it really, for me, is all about doing it because you want to feel healthy, and really enjoying that feeling of feeling healthy after the workout and reminding yourself of that.
You go from this person that when you look back, you go, wow, and you're like, wow, I look way better now. And then the slightest change, you're like, oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. But the old you would have killed to look like the current you who fell off the wagon. He or she would kill to look like this person.
Absolutely. And what I've kind of found the word for it as is body dysmorphia. And I have, you know, experienced that, especially because once I hit that goal weight, I was now at a smaller weight, but my body was not the same as my friends who also were at a similar weight, because I had a little bit of loose skin on my arms, you know, my tummy, I still have like a little tummy. And over the years, I've learned to love it. But at that time, it became a comparison. You know, I was like, why is my body not perfect? You know, I've done all this stuff. It's really about what I found is giving yourself positive affirmations when you look in the mirror, because if not, you don't want your mind to go to other places, right? So retrain your brain by saying, I look beautiful, I look great, you know, and that's where your brain goes. So that has been so powerful for me in my journey. My biggest advice is find something that you like. Try and figure it out and try different things and just see what you actually enjoy. Because for me, I know that I wouldn't have been able to do it if I was not enjoying what I was eating. And I would never ever recommend to anyone to eat things that they don't like, because that's not sustainable, right? This is a lifestyle forever. We don't want this to be a diet that's temporary. This is forever thing, you know?
Right.
You want it to feel good and you want it to be fun and easy. That's what I always talk about on Bri Healthy, is making a healthy lifestyle fun and easy. And so it's really all about finding something you enjoy. Find the workouts that you find fun.
Yes.
And not things that are punishment, because it should never be anything but fun and easy. And so for me, Zumba back then was something that just lit me up. I loved dancing.
Right.
It taught me how to dance better. And now I love high intensity interval training. And so it might change. And so just kind of listen to your body and listen to yourself, because you have all the answers within yourself, and just follow what feels good, for real.
You know, you can't rely on willpower, I don't think. Similarly with the food. If you're on some kind of a diet that you cannot honestly see yourself doing 5 years, 3 years from now, then you're wasting your time, because you're going to quit.
A lot of the times there are many amazing alternatives that are healthier, but sometimes you just want the real thing. Like, I live in New York City.
Yes.
There's no alternative to New York City pizza. It's really just honor yourself and don't lie to yourself, you know, love yourself and give yourself what you truly want when you truly want it. Don't deprive yourself, and allow yourself to be present with the experience in these things and enjoy every bite. So when I did start my weight loss journey and I joined the gym, I joined it after 4 months, after 50 pounds had come off, because I wanted to make sure that my body was ready for exercise. I had never done it. I was very obese at the time. And so I wanted to make sure like my heart could handle it.
Yes, very smart.
So listen to your body, you know, like, don't push yourself too hard. Like, you know, listen to what feels right for yourself. And so once those 50 pounds came off, I joined the gym. And so now, you know, over time, I just wanted more and more. I just wanted to do better. And then I got really into, you know, building muscle and things like that. And it's changed a lot over the years, the ways that I worked out. Now, right now, things on YouTube is everything for me, because it allows me, I'm still working out at home. I haven't rejoined a gym since the pandemic. And there's so much free content on YouTube that is ready and waiting for you at all levels, and it's free and available. And one tip that I do want to share, I'd love to share this tip, is that I never had a personal trainer until, you know, like a year or two ago, somebody offered, and it was a fun time. But during my journey, I actually just kind of taught myself. I would look up different workouts and really make sure I was doing the form properly. And when I was at the gym, I would talk to the trainers who are just kind of hanging around, and I would ask them, am I doing this properly? That's a huge important tip, because they will help you to make sure that you're doing it properly, so you're not going to hurt yourself. And that is free. I'm not trying to, you know, having a trainer is an incredible thing as well, but you can, you know, ask people for help, and they will just help you. So don't be afraid to ask for help.
What are some of the things you see that, I guess, have held people back, whether it's diet related or worker related, that you could say, hey, don't do this, or do this, that sort of thing?
I would say the biggest thing is make sure that you're starting this health journey or doing this health journey because you're loving yourself. This is my biggest tip ever, because so many people start a health journey because they look in the mirror and they don't like what they see. And the truth is that is just not sustainable. It is not enough motivation to keep you going through everything that's gonna happen on your journey. It needs to be a positive reason. What is your why? And is it something that truly serves you, or is it something for other people, right? Because a lot of time when we want to look good, that's not really for us. Like it is when you have the self-love, but a lot of the time it's because you want to like attract a partner, or you want people to view you as somebody who's attractive, but that just simply is not enough. It isn't. And so what you really got to do is make a list of reasons why. And this is what I did just intuitively when I started my journey. And I made a list of reasons why I want this. Some of them honestly did include to be able to wear the clothes that I want to wear, you know, to fit into the stores that I want to shop at instead of trying to squeeze in like I always did. And you know, to feel good, to be able to walk and keep up with my friends, to be able to, you know, for my knees to feel good, for me to know that I could do it, to know that I did it. And then once I achieved my goals, I looked back at that list and I was like, wow, I did this all. Focus on what you will receive from this and not focus on just external appearance, because it's just not enough.
You touched on the last question I was going to ask, where some unforeseen benefits. It sounds like you could physically now do things that you couldn't do before, that you weren't expecting.
Everything.
Okay.
The one thing of me that is the same is my kind, loving, funny personality, but everything else I would say is different, because especially, I still sweat pretty easy now, but back then it could be a freezing winter day and I would just walk into class, not even from far away, and I would be profusely sweating. One thing that I really like to share is that fitting into booths at restaurants was very challenging when I was an older person. And people don't think of these little things, and I can do anything now. I can do anything. I can, for example, do ice skating. Not like I've never tried ice skating, but I could now, and I was not able to do that before. So many things that my center of gravity is just entirely different, and I can enjoy the world. I can enjoy the world. That's the best thing ever.
Everything you said is very real, and everybody can relate to this. Very relatable, and plus, I like the fact you gave very actionable advice. You didn't just say, "Oh, lose weight or eat healthier." That sounds great, but how? Tell me something that I can actually implement. So this is why I think this is a great interview. Very, very good interview. So thanks so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Honestly, this was so much fun. So thank you.
Yes. Wow. Awesome.
Because you are determined to transform your body, you made it to the end of this video. To get more tips about how to look great and feel even better, check out one of these videos you see on the screen. I'm sure you'll enjoy them. So later's my massive. Me a go long now. For those who don't speak Jamaican patois, that's goodbye, my people.